Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Susie from Susie's Room for Crochet and I'm here today with another tutorial for you. So I have been making a lot of pumpkins, but I just like today made these cute little acorns, and they're just to go with my little pumpkin display, and I thought I would come on here and show you how I made them. So for this project, let's just move these pumpkins out the way. For this project, you will need some yarn in a dark brown and a light brown. I used DK weight yarn for my acorns and a 3.5mm crochet hook. You will also need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. So to start off, you will also need a stitch marker, which I have right here. So if you want to grab your lighter yarn, and we will get started. So to start off, what you're going to do is make a magic ring. So to do that, place the yarn over your two fingers, wrap it round the back of your fingers and make a cross on the back of your fingers. Then turn your hand round. Insert your hook under the first strand and grab the second one. Turn your hook and then grab the strand of yarn just behind. And that is our magic ring. I do have another tutorial on just making a magic ring. If you struggle with that, you can just refer to that. And then we're just going to do a little chain one. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put 4 single crochets into this ring. So to do a single crochet, insert your hook into the ring, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through. That's 1. Insert your hook, grab the yarn, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2. So we need another 2. That's 3 and 4. And then what you're going to do is just pull on this little tail to tighten up that ring. And we're going to be working in the round, so we're not going to finish on each row. We're going to just put our little stitch marker in so we know where we are. And now what we're going to do is, starting in this first stitch, like the first V out of the 4 single crochets that you just did, you're going to insert your hook into that stitch and do a single crochet. That's 1. And then grab your little stitch marker and place that in that first stitch so that you know that's where you are. And then you're going to put another single crochet back into that same stitch. So that's 2 single crochets into 1 stitch, and you're going to put another 2 single crochets into the next 3 stitches for a total of 8. So that's 2. We're going into the next stitch now with another 2. So we have 4 single crochets now. Then move into the next stitch, insert your hook, grab the yarn and put 2 single crochets into that stitch. And then into the last stitch, we're going to put 2 single crochets. So now you should have 8 stitches in total. So now what you're going to do is remove your stitch marker and put a single crochet into that first stitch where you just took the stitch marker out from. So that's 1 stitch there. Pop your stitch marker in so you know where your first stitch is. And then into the next stitch, you're going to put 2 single crochets. So 1, 2. And then into the next stitch, 1 single crochet. And into the next stitch, 2 single crochets. 1, 2. Then 1 single crochet. Then 2 single crochets. Then 1 single crochet. And into our last stitch here, we're going to put 2 single crochets. So you should have a total of 12 stitches now. And now what we're going to do is we're not going to make any more increases, but we're going to do 3 rounds of just single crocheting into each stitch. So take your stitch marker out, do your first stitch, your first single crochet, pop your stitch marker back in and continue round, and then do your 5th row and your 6th row. So 3 rows in total of crocheting 12 stitches going round, and then I will meet you back here to show you what we're going to do next. And that's my last stitch. So now when you've completed your 3 rounds of 12 single crochets, take your stitch marker out, and because we've worked in the round, you will see that this will look a little bit higher than the other side. What you can do is just do a couple of single crochets, a couple of slip stitches that will just balance it out. So insert your hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn and just pull through both loops, and do that maybe another 2 more times. So that makes it look more even, as you can see. And then just do a single crochet and pull your yarn up and snip. And then what I like to do is just insert my hook there and just bring that to the back. And what you're going to do is just tuck these ends into the top part of your acorn. So just set that aside for now and grab your darker shade of brown. I don't have much of this left, so but we'll have enough for this project. So what we're going to do now is the little stem part. So if you make a slip knot on your hook and then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to insert our hook into the second chain from the hook and just do 3 slip stitches. So insert your hook and just pull the hook through both the stitches, the loops. So that's my 3 slip stitches. Then chain 1, pull the yarn up and snip, pull that through, and then just tie that at the bottom. And that is our little stem to the bottom of the acorn. And now what we're going to do is another magic ring. So make your magic ring like I showed you in how for the top part, and chain 2. Just a second, get my ring the right way around. Okay, chain 2, 1, 2. And then what we're going to do is place 12 double crochets into the center ring. So yarn over, insert your hook in into the circle, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the circle, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2 I've done. We have to do another 10. So you continue on with your double crochets, and I will meet you back here when I've done my 12 double crochets to show you what we're going to do next. That's my 12 double crochets. I'm now going to find my tail and pull on it, and then what you're going to do is slip stitch into the top of your first double crochet, not the chain 2 but the double crochet. Just pull on that tail. Then what you're going to do is chain 1 and put 1 single crochet into every stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, and 12. And then what you're going to do is find the first single crochet, not this little chain one, but the first single crochet that you did. Insert your hook into that single crochet, grab the yarn and just do a slip stitch by pulling through both of those loops. Then do a chain one and pull your yarn up so that you've got like about 12 inches, as you'll need this for sewing it all together. So snip your yarn and just tighten that up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your little tail bit and just insert your hook through the end of the base of the acorn. Just grab those two loops, grab the two ends of your stem and pull through, and then just take the long tail of the base of your pumpkin, like where you started, and tighten that up. And then just leave the long bit for sewing, but just tie these middle bits inside. Just a few little knots is fine. And you don't need to snip this yarn off. We'll keep that we'll just stuff it into the top. So what you need to do now is grab your darning needle and thread this long tail onto your needle. And then just roll this up, these ends up, and stuff it into the top of your acorn. And then just place your acorn around. So what we're going to do now is sew your acorn the top to the bottom. So insert your hook into one of the stitches, just one loop will be fine from row 6, and then through the base of your pumpkin and just give that a pull. Then go back through the brown part of your pumpkin and grab another stitch from the top and just pull that. Then back through one of the stitches from row 6 and through the brown part of the pumpkin, the acorn again. And this is how you're going to work your way around, sewing the top of your acorn to the bottom, one little stitch at a time. So work your way around, sewing your pumpkin. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying pumpkin. Your acorns, just sew all the way around, and I'll meet you back here to show you how we're going to finish off. Okay, so mine is all sewn in. Just going to do one last little stitch here. And then back down there. And then what you can do is just go through the bottom a couple of times just to make sure that your work doesn't come undone. Just do that a couple of times, and then finally you can just insert your needle and come out the top, give it a little pull and just snip that off. And there you have your little acorn. So cute, isn't it? I'm so pleased with how these have turned out. I'm going to make a few more, but I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and been able to follow along with me. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below for me, and I'll be back again soon with another tutorial for you. Thank you all for watching. See you all soon. Bye for now.